Yo, what's good? Thursday evening. Dang, man, these weeks be going by fast. Ross and Risky, we in the building, man. What up, T. Ross?
What's good, man? What's going on?
Man, everything is everything. We got a big week 4 matchup we're gonna get to. Your team versus my team versus your team. Chiefs, and Ravens. We're gonna definitely get into that. We're gonna also talk some week 4 predictions. We'll get into some stuff for the NFL, the NCAA, some good matchups in college football as well. I want to throw around before we get up out of here just a couple basketball things. One I've been meaning to talk to you about for a couple of weeks since he said it. I think it's how the saying go with Stephen A and Skip. It's ass a 9, ass a 10, ass a 11. It's crazy. And this came from Jordan Crawford, a former NBA journeyman that I got a lot of respect for. I got a lot of respect for guys like Jordan Crawford in their game. Uh, that's a hard guy to find in this NBA, Jordan Crawford types. So shout out to Jordan Crawford.
For sure.
He said something that made me scratch my head, my nuts, my back, everything. So we gotta talk about Jordan Crawford's take that he recently had. And I think it was one more thing. Did I miss something else from the NBA? I thought I saw. Maybe not. Maybe that's it. If I can find something else, I'll let you know. But I think that's it for right now. Oh, oh, while we talking before we get off of the NFL, I guess we can talk about it now. Your man from the what's your man's name from the from the Ravens that has the podcast.
Marlon
He Marlon Dayo. Yeah, I'm cool on Humphreys. I'm cool on him. Let's start there. Let's kick it off, Ross. Let's talk the biggest matchup I believe of week 4. Excuse me. Ravens going to Kansas City, going to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. Let me start off by saying this. We'll work into Marvin Humphrey stuff here in a second. But let me start off by saying, you know me, I'm a Patrick Mahomes Chiefs fan. I believe Ross. I know it's early. People are gonna say I'm jumping the gun. I'm doing too much. But the way that the Chargers are playing in that division, the Raiders historically have become very difficult for us to play against. And I don't know which way Denver's going, but I do know they got a good defense. I don't know where they're going offensively. So I'm just nervous for the Chiefs. I believe in order for the Chiefs to get Super Bowls, for them to make the playoffs, that they have to win this game week 4. I don't know that the Ravens need to win it in order for them to go on and do what they need to do. But I do believe that if the Chiefs lose on Sunday, it's going to take a lot of things to fall in line for them to make the playoffs. Am I bugging? Am I overreacting to that in week 4?
No, I think y'all can get it together, but I see my point last show when we was talking about it. My point was I believe Baltimore, like, they're closer to being ready than the Chiefs are. The Chiefs got a lot of work to do. I don't know if it's I don't know if your season's over because y'all still 2-1. So you got a little cushion. The Chargers are up and running. Are you 1-2 or 2-1? 1-2. 1-2.
My fault. I muted. My bad. Yeah, we 1-2. Yeah.
Okay, so you 1-2. Okay. Damn. Yeah.
We can't go 1-3 right now in that division.
Yeah, you can't. Not behind the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's ugly. Because, like I said, the thing with Baltimore is, I know even if they was to lose that game, Baltimore just has the ability to turn the switch, and it's to a fault. You know, that it's the good thing and the bad thing about them, where they can go and play 7 weeks in a row and look like the best team in the league, and then they can, allow a team to come back up 20. You know what I mean? So Baltimore but I think they're a lot closer. I think with the Chiefs, at this point in the season, this game has the potential to either make or break them for sure.
And even with the division,
kind of knocked out if you get punched in the mouth. Like if Baltimore goes in there and it's Derrick Henry running all over them, and they get punched in the mouth and really dominated, I think it falls apart for the Chiefs.
Because think about it, we're talking about the division for the Chiefs, but look at the Ravens. We thought that was going to be as usual, knockdown, drag out. All of a sudden, when you get Burrow go down, we're looking at the Steelers, and I know it's still early, but they don't look as good as we thought. Forget just the offense. I give Aaron Rodgers a lot of crap, but forget just the offense. Defensively, they don't really look locked in yet. Now they could potentially get it together, but yeah, I think the Ravens got a little bit more room to play with in that division. Pause. But right now, the way the Chargers are playing, they rolling. So yeah, I think this is a must win. Look, man, it's a lot that we put on Patrick Mahomes' shoulders, right? With this team. I get it. Got 3 Super Bowls, been to 5, still super young in terms of quarterback. He got a long way to go in his career, knock on wood, stay with health. But this is one of those games though, Ross, where we may need Patrick Mahomes to it may be an ugly game where maybe he don't throw for 250, 275, 300. He might have to throw for 210, run for another 85. You know what I'm saying? Get the little fake down the sideline. Maybe he have to fake one and get a 15-yard, a cheap 15-yard penalty going down the sideline. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we gonna need all the stops. We gonna need all the stops in this one. And I don't know. My fear though is, say what you want to about the Ravens, they've been winning and putting up points. I don't know that the Chiefs can win a shootout. They have shown me that they can put up those points. Even when the Ravens have lost and we say they played bad, look at the score though. You're like, oh shit, they did put up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't see us just being able to lock them down unless you talked about it. What was it, a couple weeks ago? What is Spags gonna do?
We know what he's gonna do. We know what he's gonna do. When it's back against the wall, he's sitting in the house.
He go blitz. He like the dude from what's the Bama fan name? Blitz, Bama Blitz. That's Spags. We know what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
I called that out week 1 when Justin Herbert had that last drive. I'm like, okay, you know what Spags is gonna do. I think that's the level of the next step of maturity that we want to see Lamar. It's like going in that game, when Spags get his back against the wall, he gonna blitz. You got to be decisive. You got to be quick. You got to be on point. But you can definitely catch him. So yeah.
It's a game. It's probably the best game in my opinion. You Ravens fans, correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is one of the few games that the Ravens can have to get everybody's attention. Not to say that they don't got, excuse me, that guys aren't locked in already. You know what I'm saying? Especially Derrick Henry. But both teams are 1-2. For the Ravens, I'm sure they felt like they didn't let some slip away. Literally, they let 2 slip away. And I was critical of Lamar last game because I just hate, he's so good with his legs, with his arm. I just don't believe that Lamar Jackson in any world, unless somebody brings back the 85 Bears or the 2000s Ravens or, one of these all-time great defenses. I don't know of a world where I should see Lamar Jackson get sacked 6 times. I just don't understand.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know why that ever happens.
That's a fact. Yeah, I think at this point, sometimes he's so in his mind, he wants to prove that he don't need a run. And like he is, people who say he can't pass, they don't watch football because he's like accurate and some of them passes, he drop it right there, but sometimes it's like, all right, Lamar, like run the ball, like do what's natural. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Because he could easily go out there and get 70 yards, 80 yards a game with his legs. Easily.
Yeah.
And the games when he does that is really unstoppable at that point.
It is. Because my thing with Lamar, I'm not a fan of the design runs.
Exactly.
With him. I'm not a fan of those.
I don't like those either.
Yeah.
I like all the improvisation, getting them on the I love when they get in their play action and they get them on rolling out. And now, and even like in Buffalo, a couple plays, you have Lamar, and even if he don't run for a bunch of yards, just his style of play, he had a defensive guy so tired. And then you turn around, you hand it to Derrick Henry the next play, and now it's a total change of pace. You know, you get Derrick Henry coming downhill. So they just got to mix it up. With Baltimore, man, they get stale. They get real vanilla with the play calling. When they get a lead, the defense all of a sudden plays super conservative. Like they do. You're right. They do need a game like this, I think, kind of to wake them up.
Because this is a team that they're gonna be up for. They're not gonna fall asleep against the Chiefs.
But with the Chiefs, if the Chiefs, like I love Baltimore, but if the Chiefs win this, then it kind of wakes up to like I can see a world where Patrick Mahomes just go crazy and wake up the whole league like I'm still him. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even feel too confident going in because it's still him.
What do you think about this? In a worst case scenario, because now that you just brought that up, in a worst case scenario, they go down there and get lit up by the Chiefs. Is there any situation where, I mean, I don't know what happens in Baltimore now, because now you got the fumbling with Derrick Henry. Now it's gonna be people saying, well, they still can't beat the Chiefs. Now you're gonna be 1-3. And now people are gonna start, people could have a tendency to start pressing. We did look up their schedule on Tuesday. Their schedule gets very favorable.
Right.
In a couple of weeks, it gets very, very favorable. So I think they'll be fine. But you know how this can go internally. And then you got your man Marlon on his podcast. Here's a guy who, let me just say this. Let me get this out the way now. We do a show, we do a pod, we do YouTube. I've been on the record early, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when it first became a thing where professional athletes who were still in the profession were doing pods. I'm out on that. I don't think if I said it at the time, I stand by it now. I know they probably can't do it because of the collective bargaining and the players union and all that. Personally, me, if I was a owner, governor, GM, I would have it in contracts. It would be finable. Unless it's like a local radio thing you're doing, they're bringing you on. Like if somebody's bringing you on to like have an interview, fine. But you doing a daily, weekly podcast while we're in season, I'm cool on that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm good.
What did Marlon? I saw he pretty much came out saying they didn't play well, blah blah blah. What rubbed everybody the wrong way? Pause.
It's just the way super pause. It's just the way it comes off. Cause let me see if I can pull it up. Cause he comes on looking all goofy and hold on.
Like what was the uproar?
Oh, let me play it. It's just, how sometimes it's the perception of things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, bro, like, oh, here he goes. Like, I don't know. I think he just, like, for me, he just annoyed the hell out of me with just, I was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what are we, just like, I don't know. Here we go. Let me just play this for y'all. So, y'all, first of all, they said he looked like Marlon Wayans. Hilarious. That nigga look like Marlon Wayans. Fuck Marlon, huh? There we go. Okay.
Hello, guys. We are here at the Marlon Humphrey Show, and this is live, fresh off a Monday Night Football loss. I feel like you always got to address the workplace just a tad bit. It was a rough evening at the office for myself and company.
A little sassy, ain't it? That whole first 20 Lord. Let's hear what he got to say, man.
Things didn't go great, but the good news is there's always tomorrow. Hopefully, for some people, hopefully that's me and you. If you're listening to this, keep chopping at the. I tell you what, man, primetime games. There's something. There's something. Not the coolest when you lose them, but the atmosphere is great, man. I feel like it's pretty rowdy there at the workplace.
Okay, let me pass for this nigga. Oh,
I gave him 2 key, a tutty and a 4th down that could have turned things around. So like that's clear, obviously, but like the rest, I just don't know. You talk to the guy there, man. What do you think? What do you think? When someone asked me, Rook, they're like, what do we got to do? I was like, shoot.
Yeah, I think people were annoyed, Ross, for a few things. One, I don't think anybody had in large numbers really saw his personality. And when you're coming across like that, quirky and goofy like that, it's kind of just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I like him for sure. I've seen a couple episodes of the pod. He's very that,
But that's my thing though. Like when you give up a touchdown, like he said, and you give up that big big catch on 4th down. Hey, bro, we don't. I know me. I don't want to see you on here like being goofy and talking like, no, bro. Like you probably should just like not do the pod this week. Sit your ass down somewhere.
Oh, so you saying only do the pod after a good game?
No, I'm just saying I understand what Baltimore fans were saying. Is that like, because these fans, I'm no man's fan. I don't even really trip on teams losing like that. But a lot of these super fans, they really live and die with these teams. You know what I'm saying? In terms of week to week wins and losses, they take it to heart. And this dude gave up a touchdown and a big 4th down play, and he on here some like, God, bro, we don't want to see that bullshit, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like at least if you're gonna do the pod, at least be upset. You know what I'm saying? At least just come on and have a different demeanor when you come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on and be like,
it was Caleb Williams-esque.
Yeah, you coming on real sassy. You supposed to come on, hey, Baltimore Nation, my bad. I dropped it. That's on me tonight. I gave a touchdown. I gave a late 4th down. It happens. Now, if you because he could have said everything he said, but with a different demeanor and in a different voice, and I think it comes off differently. But when you got like the whole shit on your head and you being, goofy, a little sassy and pause,
Yeah, a little pause there.
You know what I'm saying? So, I just think it's very difficult, Ross. Like who do you think has anybody navigated it well as a current player?
Like that.
Like while having a pod?
Yeah.
Can I have him?
Yeah, it's kind of going bad for everybody, I would say.
Yeah, because like,
or either they started at the point in their career where they're not really like, you know what I'm saying? It's never nobody that's still in the prime.
Right. And it shouldn't be, because you should be looking at tape. You should be in the gym.
Yes.
But Brian don't even do it, talking about which one, the one with him and where he does him and Steve Nash.
Yeah. They was breaking down and JJ. They was breaking down plays when Darvin Ham was the coach.
But we now know that is just LeBron interviewing his next coach. We now know what that actually is, though.
I'm happy you say that. I'm happy you say
LeBron just interviewing. That's his interview process. Act like it's a pod. Yeah, man, we're gonna do a pod.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about basketball concepts.
Yeah. You dig? So, but yeah, I mean, Draymond had it, and it became a thing that he was losing playoff games and then telling the media, "Listen to my podcast tonight." Like, come on, dude. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I know the Cowboys before Micah left. I think it was becoming a kind of a thing with them with his pod. I think people were kind of being like, "All right, dude, we kind of," because you got to try to make headlines with the pod. You know what I'm saying? That's the other part. You're doing it for content.
You're definitely doing it for content, and like you just kind of giving weekly like bulletin material.
There you go.
Every week you're doing that
for no reason.
Now Kelsey's been doing his, and nobody said a word though.
Yeah, Kelsey's also done. He's been whacked, and their pod, if I'm being fair, because they started it when both brothers were still in the league, obviously, right?
Right.
their pod, unlike a lot of these other pods, they got first of all they got like a real production and a budget. Who are they with? I don't know who they with.
Yeah, I don't know, but they got the bag though.
Like, yeah, they got a whole production.
Football no more.
Yeah, and they do like a lot of broad content. They do talk some football, but they kind of they do like a show. You know what I'm saying? They really do a show. So I think it's a bit different. Us bros, our pods unfortunately seem to stem into niggas talking about beef and you know what I'm saying, and who they'll slap, pull up on, crazy stuff.
Well, I say one thing though. Kelsey can go and drop 40 passes, and ain't nobody saying, well, maybe he's distracted because he got a podcast.
Oh, I think he's distracted because of the pod, because of who he's engaged to. I was annoyed with him. I came on here Tuesday and said I was annoyed with him last game. Like, bro, every time he caught the ball, he was like way too demonstrative. Like, bro, just catch the. He caught like a 7-yard out. He was like, yeah. I'm like, bro, just catch the ball, bro. Go on, fuck out of here. And then what happened? On cue, he dropped a big touchdown that changed the game. Literally lost the game for us. I've been annoyed with Kelsey. But Kelsey also, to your point, I think that you was making, he clearly got 1 foot out the door, probably 1.5.
Yeah, for sure.
He getting into it with the coach every week now. It's just, it's he trying to get up out of there.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know how that go though. It was the same thing with like Gronk. Gronk could party and do all this stuff, and that's just Gronk. Another player, you know what I'm saying, don't got the complexion for the protection. They see him out partying and he not focused.
So it's a he and his brother signed $100 million deal last August for 3 years.
Jeez.
So you look at that. That's by NFL tight end money, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a bad.
So yeah,
Damn.
He like, hey, Chiefs, what you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't even tripping on that. So yeah. So let's go ahead, but before we go to the rest of the games, is the loss more devastating for the Chiefs or for the Ravens this game? If they
for the Chiefs. For the Chiefs. Yeah. Now it's another good game this weekend that I think is possibly gonna be. Now I love the Ravens, but it's gonna be another game. That Eagles Tampa Bay game. That's
both
gonna be
3-0. Somebody gotta go.
That's gonna be a good football game. And Baker, I saw it. He's played the best against the Eagles other than anybody else. Him with Tampa, they beat the Eagles more than any other team.
Yeah, it's gonna be, and the Eagles defense has been vulnerable. It ain't like they just been playing lockdown.
Yeah. Well, and the Eagles offense is you know. It's night and day. Some days they can be slow and not put up no points. The next day they can put up a lot of points. I think with Tampa, they play great defense, and then offensively with Baker, now you throwing them that new rookie, Ibuka.
He's from where? Ohio State?
Yeah. So now you got him. Bucky Irvin was a great pick last year, running back. You look at Tampa. They're pretty complete.
They got a good team. You know me, I'm no fan of Baker, but yeah, they're playing well.
And Ty Bowles, he's super underrated as a coach.
Agreed. Yeah, that'll be a good one. Who you like that one?
I'm gonna go Tampa. I'm gonna go Tampa for the dub.
Somebody's gonna be 4-0, which is very interesting. I just can't. Baker went to OU, so I'll go with the Eagles. He went to OU. Can't do it, bro. The Texan in me just won't allow me to do it, bro. I'm sorry. They're doing it again. I forgot that this Vikings and Steelers game is overseas, right?
Oh, where is it?
It's in Dublin. Dublin, Ireland.
They don't watch no football in Ireland.
Dublin, Ireland. So it's coming on at 8:30 in the morning. So if you wake it up early, you got a super early game on Sunday. 8:30 game. You know me, I I think these are just toss-up games when you go overseas. I don't know, how that works.
I'm gonna go Rodgers.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings just because I think Aaron Rodgers is very superstitious and have a specific way of doing stuff, and I don't know if they allow the stuff that he likes into Ireland. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
What you insinuating, dog?
I insinuate nothing.
What he like, bro?
I don't know. I got some sources. I don't know if they allow that ayahuasca and all that shit in Ireland, bro. I'm saying
a micro dose before the game.
Go get you some of that proper number 12.
Nah, I'm going Pittsburgh, man. I'm going Pittsburgh. Minnesota, without the quarterback, I think who is it? Carson Wentz. He played well last week. I don't think he's gonna do it again. I'm going Pittsburgh.
I'm going with the Vikings and walk it to and Wentz. The Commanders going to Atlanta. Now we know the quarterback is going to be focused going to Atlanta because I'm sure his mama going to that game. Is he going to play? Is Daniels going to play?
No, I think Mariota's still, right?
Oh, okay, but his mom still. If he traveling with the team, his mom going to definitely be. She is not letting him go by himself to Atlanta.
You ain't going to no Magic City this weekend.
No. You are not going to be out in Atlanta. And you're not playing. That means you can really turn up, Ross.
Yeah. That's whenever they wild.
Yeah. Oh, hell no. I don't believe in Mariota. I know that Atlanta played horrible last week. Give me Atlanta this week at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Atlanta with the bounce back. Mariota was at Atlanta though. I could see Mariota being all right.
Yeah, Mariota. Saints and the Bills. Saints 0-3, Bills 3-0. They coming to New York. Give me the Bills to go 4-0. Who had the Bills going 4-0 besides me, man? Give me the Bills. Yeah, that's easy work. Easy work for the Bills. What's the line on that game? Bills are favorite. Jesus H. Christ, 15.5.
The Bills might have the best record in the league this year. Their schedule's not as tough, and they're just a good football team. Bills might have number 1 seed.
15.5 is crazy though, bro. Jesus. All right. Browns going to Detroit. Now the Browns had a good game. Flacco ain't playing bad, Ross. We got to keep it a buck on Flacco. He's not playing bad, Ross. Come on now. Flacco's not he's not playing horrible. What do you got? Let me see. What do you got on the season? What does Flacco do on the season? Flacco for the season, over 60% completion. Okay, I'm tripping. Yeah, Flacco got 2 touchdowns and 4 picks. Okay, my bad.
Dang, they might as well throw Shador out there, man. Stop it. I'm going Detroit, man.
Yeah, give me Detroit. That should be a game they win. That Cleveland defense is still good though, Ross.
Yeah. That Cleveland defense, you're not gonna score a lot of points on them. But Detroit, they move it around. They can score a lot of ways.
My pick for rookie of the year, I think at some point he's gonna overtake your boy in Tampa. The Panthers going to New England, both teams 1-2. May isn't playing bad though. 5 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Yeah, I'm going New England.
I'm going New England as well. I think McMillan has a big game though.
So we just are never going ever like the Panthers, huh?
I don't dislike the Panthers.
Who they got to play for us to take the Panthers? If we ain't picking them,
you know what? Let's look at their schedule. Let's see when the next time
we're picking them over New England. Then who could they beat? If they can't beat New England, golly.
Yeah, let's look at this. Who the Panthers got? They got New England this week. They got the Dolphins. I might take them against the Dolphins, Ross.
Okay, we might. Okay. Because I just don't want to just beat against Carolina every single week. But God,
they got the Dolphins.
might could beat the Saints.
They got the Dolphins on their schedule. They got the Jets. They got the Saints. Yeah, they play the Saints. Yeah, so yeah, well, they in the same division. So yeah, they can probably get the Saints. I can see three. I can see them beating the Dolphins, beating the Jets, and at least splitting with the Saints.
So we can see them getting 3 wins this year.
Yeah, I got them at. I got the over under set at 3.5. The over under set at 3.5 on them.
3 wins this
year. I can't say. I don't see no more.
I'm like, well, if we ain't picking them against New England, boy, we're gonna have a hard time picking them this year.
Yeah, it's a long year. What do you think? Since let's pause for a second on that. What do you think about, we keep hearing Cam Newton talk about the team, and that they, as a squad, as an organization, they just don't really. They've kind of just, I don't want to say they erased him. He won an MVP, but they seem to be kind of, just not really rocking with Cam like that.
Yeah, I think that's weak. I think Cam is the best Panther of all time. I think you should appreciate him and use that. That was the only time I ever knew the Panthers of being relevant. I remember with Steve Smith and Jake Delhomme, they went, but yeah, it wasn't like when Cam was there. So I think you should miss Cam. Yeah, I think that's just a poor ran organization.
You think he's a better Panther all time than Steve Smith? I mean, I know obviously he got the MVP and all that. I'm just,
Yeah. Because I was going against the Panthers that whole year. What Cam was doing was amazing.
Yeah.
Like I remember him going to beat Seattle. You know what I'm saying? When Legion of Boom.
All right.
Now, people don't remember Luke Kuechly and Josh Norman was playing, and what's the other guy? Thomas Davis. They was playing out of their mind. That defense was ridiculous.
I'm not sure that he's the best Panther. I know he got the MVP, but he's a quarterback. I don't know. I mean, Julius Peppers? I think Julius Peppers a bad mofo.
Cam, bro.
I'm gonna take Julius Peppers. If you give me who's the greatest all-time Panther right now, I think I would tell. I'm not even sure. Now Cam gonna say I'm hating. I'm not sure Cam is in my top 3.
See, you're a hater.
See,
You're a hater. There's no way.
Well, if I can give you Julius Peppers, Keeley, and then Steve Smith, you gonna argue with that?
The teams Cam and them picked, the teams they beat was ridiculous, bro. I'm pulling it up. They was 15-1.
Now maybe I don't. How long did Cam play in Carolina?
He was going ridiculous. Like you're not giving him no credit. He was going ridiculous.
I'm giving him credit, but you acting like Julius Peppers is not in the Hall of Fame. like Julius Peppers is just another player. Because he's in the Hall of Fame. Keeley's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Like I gave you 2 guys that are gonna be one already in. I think Luke how you say his name is gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Luke Kuechly?
I think he's gonna be a Hall of Famer, bro. How many? What he got? He got 5 first-team All-Pros, Ross. He got 5 first-team, 2 second-team. He got 7 All-Pros, Ross. Come on, Lord.
Hall of Fame.
I think he's gonna be that's Hall of Fame, bro. 7 All-Pros is tough.
You disrespecting Cam, though.
Yeah, so I'm just. Oh, my bad. I'm back. Can you hear me?
That season was their best season in franchise history.
And he won the MVP. I think he should have won the MVP. I'm just saying, if we take a step back, right, and we just say, okay, now we just talking best Panthers of all time. I don't know if I can take him over 2 guys that are going to be in the Football Hall of Fame. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. If you want to take him over Steve Smith, I probably can't box with that. But Cam only got 1 All-Pro though, 3 Pro Bowls. Yeah.
Well, we know what that was.
I mean, I hear you, but it just is what it is. He got 1 All-Pro and 3 Pro Bowls.
But we know what that was, though. I'm saying.
And this man, okay, well, see, now he's not in the top 3 because Steve Smith got 4 he got 2 first-team All-Pros, 2 second-team All-Pros. So I'm cool. So I gotta take him now. I mean, All-Pros gotta matter. I can't just have you being an All-Pro and we just, no big deal.
But MVPs matter.
I agree. So I'm gonna say your 1 MVP is worth 3 All-Pros. So he got 4, so he got more to you. So I'll just take that. See how I did that?
But Cam got an All-Pro and an MVP, so 4 and 4.
Okay, so now it's equal, right? But now we did. Hold on. Then we got to go to Pro Bowl. See, now we go to Pro Bowls, and Cam got 2, and I got 5. See, game over. Game over. What you want me to do for you? I mean, yeah, I like Cam. When you start breaking the real stuff you get when you break down the lines. Shout out to Ho. He might not be top. He might not be the greatest Panther of all time. Not so fast, my friend.
So you saying Cam shouldn't be able to give his opinion on people?
Oh, no. I'm not saying that at all. He should definitely be able to give his opinion on people. But I think also that if like it's a two-way street though, Ross. Like we give our opinion on people. We can't get mad if somebody decides to jump in there in the comments and give their opinion on us, right? It's a two-way street. Right. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
So do you okay, so Cam's whole thing is he's been like calling out mediocre quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
Do you disagree with, like, I kind of agree with him more than I disagree.
Well,
he called out Purdy. They gave him a hard time. He called out Bryce Young. They give him a hard time. Like, I kind of agree. I ain't really heard him been wrong too much.
Well, here goes somebody he called out recently right here. He just called out Tua. Here goes Tua responding to it right here live. They asked him about it.
I heard Cam Newton say it.
Oh, anybody can play quarterback in this league then. I mean, I want to see anybody on the streets come and play quarterback. I mean, Cam's doing his thing for sure, but I think it's easier to be able to hold a clicker and talk about it that way, or talk about what someone else is doing wrong when you're not going out and having to do the same as them, right? So I think it's easy to do that. I think anybody can do that. I don't think anybody can play quarterback.
There you go, Tua. See?
You agree with what Tua just said?
Yes.
First off, it look like the same Tua. That's crazy. He looked like a totally different person now. It's crazy. But you agree with what Tua just said?
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you why I agree with what Tua just said. Because Cam's issue is, my favorite boxer of all time is Roy Jones Jr. And for a lot of people who didn't start watching boxing early, they look at me when I tell them that I don't think anybody's close to Roy Jones Jr. They like, I don't know, man. I got Floyd over him, because they saw the knockouts later in his career. They saw, they started seeing, him getting dropped and knocked out by Tarver and knocked out by Glenn Johnson and then everybody else after that. So they saw all that. So that's tainted their view of him. They didn't see him when he was literal Superman. I think some of that is going on with Cam, and I think it's a blow to Cam's ego, in my opinion. I think that we've seen Cam play the last 2-3 years of his career. It ain't good, Ross. And I think what's happening is that we've seen him go out there and not play well. And when you give the type of critiques that you're giving, I think people are like, well, hold on. If you knew so much, we just was watching you, and it ain't look good when you was out there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't look good. So I think, I think that's kind of working against him, in my opinion. Because I agree. I'm not saying he's wrong. I just think that sometimes people are hearing and they like, but with that being said, I'll let you take off. But with that being said, if you look at sports media, it's filled with failed quarterbacks. From you got Matt Leinart that does NCAA. I know he was good in college, but he was trash in the pros. You got who?
Romo.
You got Romo up there talking. You got Osweiler. Is that who's that on ESPN? Osweiler, right? You got Osweiler, who was trash. You got Chris Sims, who was awful. Who was awful. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's filled with just bad quarterbacks all through this thing. You know what I'm saying? And these are guys telling us breakdowns about the game. And it's like, well, hold on, you were trash. Not
Even
saying that they don't know what they're talking about.
That was trash. What's the old cat that's Trent? Was it Trent Dilfer?
Yeah, Trent Dilfer. He did win a Super Bowl. But they said he was a bus driver, but yeah, shout out to Trent Dilfer. But I'm just saying, like, these guys were not, and so I think that's what Tua is saying, is they're like, yo, as a former quarterback, yeah, it's easy to sit back and say, yep, that should have been the read right there. That's what he should have did. I see your boy, breaking down games now. Johnny Football. Johnny Manziel is doing his stuff and breaking down games and talking about, like, Johnny, we saw you, bro. You couldn't get it done. The other quarterback that won a natty at Auburn, what's his name?
That won a natty at Auburn.
I'm not Auburn, at Alabama. At Alabama. McElroy. He's giving his takes on it. It's like all of y'all are failed NFL quarterbacks. No disrespect. But I think that's what Tua's speaking to when he's saying it's easy to sit back with a clicker after the game and say
Cam ain't a failed NFL quarterback.
I know, but I'm just saying, though, that, like, that's why I did the whole Roy Jones comparison to, like, he's not failed, but the last 3 years that we saw him play, he's on the bottom half, the bottom third of quarterback.
Career than Tua.
Yes. But the last time we saw them both in the league together, Tua was the better player.
Right, but Tua, you on your way to what Cam is now.
Totally agree, but I'm just simply saying I agree with Tua when he's saying. But you don't think it's easy to do what we do, to sit back and, like, when we just break down what happened?
I think we all can agree, though, what Cam was really trying to say is, you look at some quarterbacks' jobs, it's a lot easier than others. I think Tua has one of the easier jobs in the NFL because you got so much talent around you and speed that if you deliver the ball quick, let them do the rest. So I think when you look at a Tua, when you look at a Purdy, when you look at a Jalen Hurts, when you look at certain quarterbacks, when you hear a guy like Cam say it's easier, he's not meaning literally easy. Like, we get it. He's just saying, like, your job, like, most NFL quarterbacks don't have all that to like accessible to them. So, like, Cam never had the weapons Tua had. Cam never had the offensive mind that Tua plays behind. Cam saying, like, I threw go back and look at them receivers when Cam then went to the Super Bowl. Like, he ain't have no Pro Bowl receivers. I threw to nobodies. I had an average running back, and we got it. You know what I'm saying? I raised my level of play. So when you're talking to them guys and saying it's easy, you got to really go back and look. Like, yeah, it is easy compared to what he was doing. I think that's why, even like for Lamar, like, Lamar now has the weapons, but before, you go look at them first MVPs, it was Hollywood Brown and Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. Like, what other guys you gonna look and say, yeah, you got it easy? I use Joe Burrow as an example. We can look at him and say he's had it easier. Now, of course, he can come back and say, well, y'all don't play quarterback, y'all talk. But, like, no, bro, we're talking about as a quarterback.
Yeah, he got more. Right.
I think that's what he meant.
No, I think both guys are right. I'm just saying, I think that when Cam comes with the super critical stuff, and I'm not saying super critical, I'm just saying, like, I think that's the way guys are perceiving it, being super critical. I think I would just say, I think that's the reason why people sit back and say, well, hold on, dude. Like, we saw you in New England. We saw you go back to Carolina. Like, we saw you. Like, it just, like, the play wasn't good. Forget what you had around you. The play was bad.
Okay, let me ask you, based on the opportunities in the NFL to go to a team, like, let's say if you just took the quarterbacks off the teams, and you just had open availabilities, Miami would be one of the easier jobs to just insert a new quarterback and to be a better football team. Yes or no?
I think that would definitely be the perception because of the weapons you have offensively. Yes.
And the coach, like we got to give
that coach is good.
He's not my favorite, but you look at offensively, like the man created the whole new trend of having guys in motion running towards the line of scrimmage. Like, not every team does it. Like, the man is an offensive mind. Like,
go be a coordinator then.
Better quarterback than Tua, and you put a real quarterback that could, that had arm talent and could get the ball all over. If you put a Justin Herbert in that offensive system, or a Josh Allen, if Josh Allen had that coach and those weapons based on other than what he's dealing with in Buffalo and still winning, like, yeah, that's easy compared to him. And that's a fact. And I ain't never in my
life. Shout out to Tua, man. Tua said leave him alone, dog.
Crybaby and Tua.
Oh, damn. I ain't go there with you. All right, let's get back into these picks, man. Titans traveling a short trip, going to Houston to play the Texans. It's a game that my Texans got to win. If we, this is a must win. Both teams are 0-3. It could be bad. I gotta play something else for you though, Ross. I didn't like what I heard from CJ. Now, people gonna say it's not that big of a deal. They gonna say that because I guess they were saying some of the locals were giving him some stuff because he's always wearing either Yankees or Marlin or Florida Marlins hats.
Oh, they want to wear Astros hat?
Yeah, I guess so. And so, again, to me, is it a big deal? No. But when you're the quarterback, when you're the head, I just think it's a way that you could answer things. So the way I would have answered it when they hit me with that, oh, man, that's just the teams I like. But, hey, man, we in Houston. I root for all the, the local teams down here in Houston. Shout out to my Astros, man. I hope they do well. You know what I mean? We always rock with the Stros. Shout out to Altuve. Like, that would have been it. Say some funny. But maybe it's not that big of a deal. Maybe it's me because I'm overly critical about CJ. But here goes his response.
That's what I'm saying. So how do you block out that type of, that's the type of stuff that's going on in a lot of the fans that you may not hear, on that, but there's a lot of things that we all hear. I just want to know, how do you deal with blocking out?
Yeah, I don't see none of it. I'm not on social media. I honestly, that everybody has, like the right to their opinion. If they don't like what I wear, I would just not look at it if I was them. So I'm gonna wear what I want. And I'm not. I don't think I'm being disrespectful. If I was being disrespectful, then that's a whole different, case. But at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm all good. But yeah, I just don't really pay attention to it. I just try to just focus on what I can control and focus on the people who pouring on me and around me. So.
I mean, he doesn't say nothing wrong, Ross, but just support the city, man. Just support the Lord. Just say, man, oh yeah, man, I got my Rockets fitted. I mean, my Astros fitted. I got
like them niggas, man. They trash, man. You want them to rock with the. You don't even like the Texans, bro. You stop up, bro.
I rock with my Texans at. I rock with the Texans. I rock with the Texans, the Stros, all local squads. It's not, this, Ross. It's nothing to throw on. Like if the Tampa Bay Lightning start playing well,
he like the Dodgers, bro. He like the Dodgers. He from LA, bro.
But he ain't even wearing He wearing Yankees and Marlins hats.
And those two hats mean something in California. So you never know why he wearing those hats.
I forgot you tried to pull up with your Marlins hat down there.
Yeah. those are the two hats that those people would wear. Yeah. That he might be,
Shout out to CJ, man. But they should take care of it. Now, if they lose this one, Ross, all hell breaks loose in Houston if they lose to the Titans. All hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose. They lose to the Titans.
Especially after they cut my boy. They cut my hometown boy. So,
yeah, because he tried to call people out. big a game that I didn't think was gonna be that good of a game, but man, we might have to start having a conversation about Danny Dimes. Colts 3-0 traveling to LA to play against the Rams. I think the Rams they let one slip through their feet last week. I like the Rams, but I think it's gonna be a good game though.
Good opportunity to bounce back for the Rams.
Yeah.
And beat a quality opponent for the Colts. This right here, if they beat the Rams, then we got something to worry about. Because who people forgot about, Jonathan Taylor. That boy, he a workhorse.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor can run the ball.
He got 338 on the season already. 338 yards, 3 touchdowns already on the season.
Okay, here's a player that I like listening. He has a podcast. Zaire Franklin.
Okay, I haven't listened.
Yes, shout out Zaire Franklin. It's good too. It's good. I like that's something you can go get a different perspective. It's good. That's something that's gonna be on the rise. He been talking about the Colts. We're gonna get better. The Colts. What's funny is I feel like that team wasn't really for them choosing Daniel Jones over Richardson. But I think Daniel Jones has kind of won everybody over quick because they so used to starting off losing. And like, oh, we not 0-4. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
Somebody actually wrote an article. I think it was down in the Houston paper. They said is CJ the new Richardson.
Stop it.
I didn't write the article. It was a real article. I didn't write it. Tell me to stop. I'm not the author of the article. Surprising for me, not for you, Ross, but the surprising 3-0 49ers hosting the Jaguars coming to town. Duval.
Jaguars 2-1, right?
2-1, yeah. Duval coming to town.
Big opportunity for Jacksonville. You say what you want. If Jacksonville go and beat the 49ers, that's big. I'm gonna go 49ers because I think they're legit. But yeah, that's a big opportunity for Jacksonville. If Jacksonville can pull that off, that's impressive. You got to take them serious.
I don't think the 49ers deserve to be 3-0, so I'll take the Jaguars.
Why you say they don't deserve to be 3-0?
I mean, they deserve to be 4-0. Well, because I don't think they're that good.
They are. Nah. Shout out Ricky Pearsall. They got my receiver from Florida, Ricky Pearsall.
Just because he played at Florida, I don't mean that.
No, he's going crazy. He's like third in receiving so far. He's going crazy.
Long way to go. Because one thing we know, we got to wait for the yearly Christian McCaffrey injury so we can see how many weeks he's gonna be out. Right,
but the other thing we know, if he don't get hurt, then they're more than likely they go to the Super Bowl. It's become a trend.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll see. I just don't think that they're that good of a squad, but they are playing well. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'll take the Jags. Your boy Travis might get in the end zone this week.
Yeah. I would like to see that. I see it is heating up. A lot of people coming out with their criticism against Travis.
I tried to help you, put you on. You didn't want to listen to the old goat over here.
On to something. I think my sources was wrong.
I tried to tell you, bro. The route running ain't really there. I think at this point, it just feels like corner is more natural for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It feels more natural for him. Because when he goes to corner, he's a slight built guy, and it looks like tackling is gonna be a bit of an issue, I would say, for him. But the cover skills look like they're there. They look like they're just more natural and instinctive for him just to cover versus the route running and all that. So, I don't wish nothing ill on the kid. He's a good kid. Well, he's a grown man. He got kids now. Let me stop saying and call him a kid.
Right.
But shout out to him. Bears and Raiders. Geno, he ain't looking too hot. 4 touchdowns, 4 picks.
And then Caleb kind of got it together that last week, huh?
mean, Caleb said y'all must have forgot. Caleb out here, he got 7 touchdowns, 1 pick, averaging 238 a game. Over 6.
He's second behind Lamar for MVP right now. Stop.
You do.
It might be Lamar, Josh Allen, Caleb.
He do. How many yards he got rushing? He got 97 yards rushing and a touchdown rushing. Shout out to Caleb.
7 TDs, 1 pick.
Yeah.
Hey, that boy looking good.
I mean, you can't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? We gave him a lot of crap as a football community. We gave that man a lot of crap last year.
Yeah. Man, I didn't know he was playing that well. I'm gonna go Raiders though.
I'm gonna rock with Caleb. Pause. I'm gonna go with Caleb.
Okay, what do you think about Genty? He been getting some Ashton Genty. He been getting some criticism.
Yeah, I think he's a different back. You know what I'm saying? I think he's not a Bijan Robinson. Like Bijan, when he gets the ball, even if Bijan has a game where he has like 65 yards rushing, it's like, yeah, he had 65, but he's showing wiggle, and he's showing that if that one dude didn't trip him, it was house. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. With Genty, it's just different. He's more of a, he's not a super speed guy. He's not super shifty. Runs behind his pads. He's one of those guys that I think if he gets the right line in front of him, I can see him being. This guy was in the news today because he's ready to have his 14th kid. I can see him being like a Sean Alexander.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That type of back, you know what I'm saying? Shout out this man, Sean. How old is Sean Alexander? Him and his wife she's pregnant with their 14th child. How old is this man? Jesus Christ.
14 kids, crazy. So that mean like, let's just say you had one every year and a half. Like she been pregnant for half her life. She just been pregnant.
He's 48.
She's 48, still having kids?
He's 48. I don't know how old his wife is. Let me see.
That's crazy. 14 kids. Same lady, 14 kids?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he got 14 kids. She got the 14th on the way. They got 13 right now. They got 10 girls, 3 boys.
That's crazy. Shout out to family. But goodness. Man, just the update for the people.
Damn, she's 45. So he's 48 and she's 45. Okay, go ahead. My bad.
Just the update for the people. So Arizona and Seattle's playing right now. Marvin Harrison Jr. It's over for him. He looking terrible. 5 targets, 1 catch. He dropping passes. He looking like he want to cry on the sideline. Kyler Murray looks awful. The crowd looks disengaged.
Damn, Kyler Murray got 2 picks.
Seattle really don't look that good, and they're still just by default because Arizona's that bad, dominating them. We need to really talk about that Marvin Harrison hype.
Yeah,
that might be one of the worst takes. Mel Kiper and all those guys who told us.
I'm gonna put myself in there because me, I was I thought he was gonna be the truth. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, bro. But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, at some point you got to say, yo, you got to catch the football. Like that's bare minimum. You got to catch the football. Like, bare minimum. So yeah.
Yeah, he dropped the ball. He is looking out of it. Kyler's trying to force it to him. Kyler can't really get it there. Yeah, they look awful.
Yeah, I'm cool on them. Big Sunday night game, Ross. It's I think this is kind of a low-key rivalry, not only for back in the day, but I think with the whole Dez, did he catch it? Did he not catch it? Packers coming to Texas to play the Dallas Cowboys. Micah Parsons returns to Jerry World. Big game. The Cowboys have looked absolute garbage. They are 1-2. Packers tripped up last week, 2-1. What you say, man?
Yeah. I'm gonna go Green Bay to bounce back. I think it'll be electric. Just seeing Carson's back. I don't know if that crowd gonna cheer for him or boo him. I know it'll be crazy. All the build up is there. Like you say, that's become like a new little rivalry, especially with Green Bay putting them out the playoffs last.
Yeah,
So
then they got Green Bay's old coach come over there for a while. You know what I'm saying? That whole
So yeah, I'm gonna go Green Bay to bounce back. Though.
I like Green Bay too. I like Green Bay, and I'll say something else. I think Micah has multiple sacks.
Ooh. You think Mike? You think he get to hit that?
Yeah, I think he gets multiple sacks this game.
He finally can hit him now.
Yeah, I think Dak. I think Micah's gonna have a good game. Yeah, give me
that's gonna be fun right there.
It is. That's gonna be that's a big game. That's a big Sunday night game. I'm glad they got that because the Monday night games are absolute garbage. We are not going to spend a lot of time on this. First game on Monday, the Jets and the Dolphins. What say you?
I don't even care. Jets.
There you go. And then we'll go with the Bengals and the Broncos.
Broncos.
I'm starting to not like Bo Nix. I'm going to go Bengals. I don't like Bo Nix.
You trust Aiden O'Connell versus
No, I just don't like Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix is behaving in a manner. See, it's one thing. First of all, we already know there's this huge double standard in sports in general, but specifically in quarterbacking with who can be demonstrative and is looked at as being competitive and who can be demonstrative and they're showing people up, they're uncoachable, they're team cancers, they're locker room cancers, that type of talk starts getting thrown out. Bo Nix, as a rookie, when he bowled up to the coach, people were like, "Oh man, we like that man. He ain't scared to talk to him like that." But looking back in retrospect, yo, you a goddamn shut up. You know what I'm saying? As a rookie, and listen to what I'm telling you. Now, if you disagree and you want to tell me something, you can talk to me after the game, or you can pull me to the side. But you yelling back and forth, and now it's becoming a thing. And Sean Payton has kind of let it become a thing, and he's not there. He's not producing in that manner on the field. So. I don't know. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Bo Nix. Not a Bo Nix guy.
I think he get away with a little bit more than he should at this point.
That's a fact.
He ain't Aaron Rodgers.
That's a fact. I'm with you on that. Aaron Rodgers got a bunch of MVPs he can pull out the closet.
Exactly.
Let's go to the boys. Let's leave the boys who get paid the big bucks to the boys who get them that NIL money. Let me first say this before we get to some of the big games. It's a game on right now. What has happened to our armed forces schools? We got East Carolina beating Army. Like, Jesus Christ, East Carolina's beating Army? Lord have mercy, bro. What's going on? Our service academies got to do better. Our service academy should be able to beat East Carolina. I'm just going to say it. No disrespect to East Carolina. But I'm going to need Army and Navy. Army and Navy should be good enough to beat non-Power 5 schools pretty regularly. That's how I want my service academy schools to be.
I think it was Navy that's been pretty good here recently.
I need for Army to step their game up. Y'all can't. And what's the score? What's the score? Yeah, they down 21-6 in the fourth quarter.
But East Carolina, that used to be a sleeper. You know us. So us Floridians, we know East Carolina for Chris Johnson. We love East Carolina.
Well, he ain't walking through that door, and they getting their ass towed up. All right, where we go? Let's go. Let's get some top 25.
East Carolina is one of them schools where they get a lot of guys whose grades might have not been right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're the Army. We're supposed to be like producing future warriors. What the hell is going on? Jesus Christ. All right. Let's go. Where you want to go? I got the top 20, some teams in the top 25 up. Yeah, LSU, Ole Miss. That's a big game in the SEC. Both LSU, teams 4-0.
Yeah, real good one. So LSU right now, they're looking like in contention for the best team in the country. You look at defensively, they're really good. Offensively, not really hitting on all cylinders, but it's just been enough. They got weapons. Once they get it clicking, they could really be up there with everybody. Ole Miss, they've been consistently right there, getting better each year. Lane Kiffin, that's been a guy us as Florida fans, we've been kind of wanting. The problem is they just keep winning. Ole Miss offensively, they run a lot. He runs a good offense. I don't know if they got the horses to be able to just compete with LSU talent wise. But this one of them games where like these are the Lane Kiffin games. He can pull the leaf off. So and then LSU with Brian Kelly. I'm always waiting on them to be a letdown with Brian Kelly. So me personally, I'm gonna go Ole Miss if it's close. It can get ugly though if LSU's rolling, but I'm gonna go Ole Miss to win a close game.
I'll go with my boys over at LSU, man. Shout out to the boot. I'm gonna roll with LSU. My neighbor
I think
down
how
here.
you feel about some teams is how I feel about LSU.
You don't mess with LSU.
LSU and just them Louisiana dudes, you know, them LSU alumni, they all be a little saucy for me. I ain't really rocking with LSU too much. I'm a Gator fan. We don't like them. Yeah, I don't like nothing LSU.
Damn. I'm gonna roll with LSU on this one, man. I can't be going for
LSU
Mr.
I like is Angel. You hear me?
What they call it, what they call it, a damn Barbie, the
Bayou Barbie.
There you go, Bayou Barbie. Shout out to Angel. Let's go to the Big Ten real quick, and we'll get back to the SEC. In the Big Ten, they got a matchup of two top 25s on the very low end of the top 25. Number 21 USC, number 23 Illinois.
Tennessee.
Huh?
Tennessee.
No, I said USC versus Illinois.
Oh, USC versus Illinois.
USC.
Okay. Yeah. Illinois got whooped last week, right?
They did.
Yeah.
We dropped them in the rankings. They lost. They didn't get. Yeah. I don't know if whooped is the right word. 63-10. I'm not even sure how you still even rank that thing.
How are you still
rank? You lose 63.
What even justified them being ranked that high in the first place? I was
absolutely no clue.
Yeah, I'm going USC easy.
Yeah, I'm going SC as well. You lose.
Let a team drop 60 on you. Goodness.
Yeah, we got to get you the fuck up out of here. We got to get you up out of here. Okay, let's go. Let's stay in the Big Ten. Why do they have both of these games on at 6:30? That's stupid. Okay, both of these games are at 6:30. The first one, though, we'll talk about is Oregon and Penn State. Huge matchup in the Big Ten. Number 6, Oregon. Number 3, Penn State.
Great game. Who you like?
Penn State, I'm showing them the line, the spread. They're favored by 3.5. I want to live in a world where I see Oregon finally get over the hump and win and like just run a, you talk about a school that spent so much money, bro. They started spending money a long time ago. I'm just gonna go with Oregon. Penn State, they are blue blood. They had their run. Joe Pa was over there messing with them little boys. Give me Oregon, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Penn State to finally pull off one of those key What is it with James Franklin? I think the record, he ain't won a top 5 matchup. They never win the big one. I'm gonna go him to get a key victory. I think they'll beat Oregon and get the hopes up, and then they'll end up losing to Ohio State. Yeah, I'm gonna go Penn State.
It'll be a great game, but for whatever reason, they're also so that's on NBC Peacock. Over on ABC, start at the exact same time. You get Bama and Georgia. Number 17 Alabama, number 5 Georgia.
Wow. So
Yeah,
they split the country up with that one.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why they did that. That's
So they literally say the South you gonna watch this one, and then there in that little north area you gonna watch this one. Because that's like Penn State is a huge market.
I know,
Yeah.
That's what I was like, why they? Yeah, interesting.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna go Georgia though, because I don't trust my coach over there at Alabama, and I don't think they value Milroe enough. Milroe kind of willed that game last year. I know Ryan Williams had the big play, but Milroe was there. I think this quarterback they got, he gonna be shook against that Georgia defense.
I'm gonna surprise you. I'm going Bama. I thought the way Georgia handled beating Tennessee was weird to me. That didn't come across like powerhouse Georgia. They almost, I was like, huh.
No, but see, I was feeling the same way, but I'm gonna tell you this: the thing about Georgia. The thing about Georgia, and this what I love and I hate, because I don't like Georgia, but you gotta respect it. Thing about Georgia, they're okay with winning ugly. They don't care. We're gonna play defense. We're gonna run the ball. You might shut us out in the first half. We're gonna run that thing all game, and by the fourth quarter, y'all just, it's like you just break. And then now they end up winning by 10 points, and then now they don't win. It's like in boxing styles, those fighters that just break you down, and then by the end they just them broke you down. You ain't never really felt like you was gonna get knocked out. You almost felt like you could have won early, but they just saying like that's how Georgia plays. So with Tennessee, I was thinking same thing. Like, damn, Georgia quarterback, he ain't all that. Georgia defense, they could be got. But then by the fourth quarter, it's like they get all the big stops. They don't miss no tackles, and then you got to tackle their running backs, and they just get rolling towards the end of the game. Like Georgia's just a tricky team like that. With Kirby Smart, they win ugly. I've seen it.
I watched them beat my Longhorns a whole bunch of times last year. I'm very familiar with Georgia.
Like, big plays is nothing don't happen. Yeah. They just end up making one key run late, and it's like, okay,
I'm very familiar with Georgia. I'm just going Bama. I think it's important for that coach over there for him to, if he's going to keep his job, winning this game is going to go a long way to keeping his job.
I think they get waxed, and that coach is going to get ugly for him.
Now, if he does get waxed, he's definitely out of it.
I think they get double digits, probably 14, 17 points.
In a revenge game from a bowl game, we'll end this because this team is now ranked number 25. Number 25, BYU travels down to Boulder to play against Colorado.
Stop it, bro.
The number 25 team in the country, BYU.
I'm going Colorado to get the dub because I hate all things BYU.
BYU on the road is a 6.5 point favorite. I'm going to go Colorado. I think Colorado wins.
I appreciate it. Good little top 5 victory for Coach Brown.
Yeah, I can't go against the Bros in this situation with everything going on in the country. I'm just going to go with Colorado. This ain't the time and the place.
Utah.
Yeah, this ain't the time and the place for me to be riding with the Mormons, Paul.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go see you. Come on, see you. Don't let me down on this week, man. Don't go out there and look crazy.
Yeah.
Don't go out there and look crazy this week, man. Your Florida State. Who y'all gave? I ain't gonna forget Florida State. Who gave this guy?
Bye week.
Oh, y'all know bye week? Okay, so y'all getting ready. So y'all getting super ready for UT.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We ain't tripping on that. I think we got to buy too. I think we got to buy. Yeah, we got to buy too. So we ready too. We ready. Yeah, it's gonna go down. So we'll have that game coming up. Can we switch over to some NBA? Anything else on college? Because I want to go to this Jordan Crawford audio.
Good. Let's go.
Let me see, can I find it real quick? Jordan Crawford went and lost his mind, bumped his head. Hold on. I'll find. I thought I had bookmarked it. I did not. Damn it, man. Hold on. If I can't find it, I'll just tell you what he said. I wanted to have him play it though, because he said it like he said some dope stuff, and I was confused as hell of what the hell he was talking about. I don't know if I can find it. Okay, so Jordan Crawford, he just. Oh no, I got it. He just finished playing. I don't know if he had played in the Big Three before, or was this his first year? Okay, so he's played multiple years in the Big Three.
Second and third, yeah.
Okay. See, so when you're in certain spaces, there's a certain thing about, being influential, and just, something trending or being popular for some reason, right? You know the old expression, people will stop and watch two dogs on the side of the road humping. That don't mean that it's good content. It's just people just, what people do. Two cars get into a wreck and it backs up traffic, not because of the wreck, but because everybody looking, trying to see what happened, right? That's different than people actually caring. People just being nosy, popping in. So keep that in mind when you're listening to this from Jordan Crawford. Shout out to Jordan Crawford too.
I told Beasley this. Who name bigger? I'm asking y'all right now on the spot.
Right.
Who name is bigger in basketball? Shea Gildress or Michael Beasley?
Michael Beasley, without a doubt.
Come on, man.
It's not even close right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Not a close race.
I told Beasley this.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I don't know if he partakes in any type of extracurricular. You know what I'm saying? I would say put it down. If you do, stop, bro. Beasley, listen, and I like Michael Beasley as a basketball player, Ross, but we gotta stop. This is
what he's trying to say, though. I disagree.
No, I don't get what he's trying to say. No,
I think he's saying, like, okay, if you was to look at what they call it in content, impressions, on social media and stuff, he probably got a case there.
Yes, but that's why I laid out my whole little thing before, because I agree he does have a case with impressions, but I don't know what that does for you though, because when it comes time to actual marketing products, marketing clothes, it's gonna be SGA. He's on the cover of the video games. He's the one pushing merch, pushing products. Yeah, he got the commercials. The man just had one of the greatest. First of all, it's disrespectful to the NBA. And I know that you was that Jordan Crawford was playing with him in the Big Three. And sometimes you get in those bubbles and you're traveling around with the Big Three and you see all the people that's coming up to Beasley in the arenas. And this man, SGA, just had one of the greatest seasons in the history of professional basketball, fam. Man won the MVP, the finals MVP, led the league in scoring. It's one of the greatest seasons of all time.
But I think that's to the point that we bring up when we talk about face of the NBA and all of that. Shea's not really outgoing. Like, okay, we got the outfit. I think in the fashion industry, and when they went and did the little commercial where they was all singing and stuff, like that's where Shea's niche is. But as far as just like your everyday, what do you call your everyday lukewarm fan?
Casual.
Yeah, I don't know if they really I don't know if they really know too much about Shea. Like, I don't feel like he's a.
But what do they know about Michael Beasley though? He trended for saying some Paul stuff before a one-on-one game.
Yeah.
like he didn't trend for like nothing. Like, no disrespect, I like watching some Big Three, but they don't do huge numbers like that. Just to be honest, I'm just saying they don't do huge, crazy ratings like that, right?
I think it's just the clips on social media.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. The impressions on social media.
Just had them on All the Smoke. The numbers was all right. It wasn't crazy. They had Beasley on the pivot. Now that was like one of the more watched ones. I think I think for advocating for that type of stuff, he became a little bit bigger too after that, the pivot. But yeah, I definitely think Shay. Yeah. Now that you say it, that is a little disrespectful. I think that's for the people who only looking at social media.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I meant. Like, I think Crawford kind of got caught up in that bubble. And it's like, because the big three just ended. Like, what was it? Like, literally like 2 weeks ago, it just ended. And I think he's just caught up in that big three bubble. The moment the NBA comes back, SGA becomes a top 3 name in sports. Like, because the NFL will still be going. So you got those guys. But SGA is a bona fide superstar, bro. He ain't my cup of tea as a player.
Especially after next year, they go and do it again. It's over.
My God. Yeah, what are we talking about, dude? Like, I was listening. What are you talking about? You know, I think we just get caught up in those bubbles sometimes. And we, because a lot of impressions, because people are watching him. And, like, I don't know anybody who actually watches Big Three, but I know everybody knows his little goofy celebration now.
I watch Big Three, man. I like Big Three, man.
Yeah, but you don't. Okay, how many Big Three games do you watch? When they're on? You watch the whole
season, 5 weeks this year.
But I'm talking about but when they play though, they play like multiple games. Like, are you watching every game? You just popping in on the game here and there?
Oh no, I'm for sure watching the YouTube version.
There you go. That's my point, right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. See, people aren't doing that for SGA games. Nobody's saying I'm gonna wait till the YouTube drop on SGA. That's what you know what I'm saying. Like, it's just it. And again, I don't think Jordan Crawford, he definitely wasn't doing it to be malicious. I just think it comes across as like, dude, as a league, this dude just had one of the greatest seasons of all time.
Say, how many jerseys Michael Beasley sold? You feel me?
You understand? Like, SGA just had a season so good, he's made basically everybody in that market forget about KD, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. That's how good of a season he just had. He just took all 3 of them. Everybody was like, F them.
He
SGA,
might be the best younger player ever.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, come on, dude. No disrespect. I like Jordan Crawford. I think we need more players like Jordan Crawford. But yeah, I thought he was bugging a little bit on that. All right, before we go, let me see if I can get you canceled.
He's a known partaker. I think he partook of it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Let me see if I can get you canceled tonight, though, Ross. Before we go.
Let's
Here we go. Let me see if I can do my best to get you canceled out here in these streets. Where's this school at? Oh, I can't see where the school is. Oh, this is in LA. This is in Los Angeles. A volleyball team out there, and I'm just gonna read what it says. They are desperately trying to find opponents, as the 8th school has now pulled out and refused to play against. This is a volleyball team, and they've had now the 8th school pull out and refuse to play against this team because they have a transgender star, they said, on the team. Girls teams are refusing to play against the trans player A.B. Hernandez, according to Outkick, who attended the game. A.B. Hernandez's advantage is, quote, so clear and obvious that several members of the opposing team supporters were visibly upset by it. I'll play you some video real quick, and then we'll let you react. Let's see if you're going to say something crazy, and we can mic trend. Here we go.
She found out from other parents, she says, when AB started identifying as a girl on campus back in junior high, and even went to the school herself to ask why they were allowing that without her knowledge. But she says eventually she had a change of heart.
Shoot, they're protecting the kids because
this is her mom talking.
Parents like me.
Let's get to the game.
It is, and how.
So tonight, when the Chafing High School volleyball team showed up to play against River Valley, it meant a lot to this family.
Say it again.
Hold on, go back. Let me see. I want to see
what, right here. I want to see a hit.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Stand behind you.
So tonight, when the Chafing High School volleyball team showed up to play against Harupa Valley, it meant a lot to this family and to the Harupa Unified School District.
They share our belief that players are here to play, and kids are kids. We're letting our kids play because that's what they want to do.
And after the Jaguars won the match in 4 sets, AB decided it was time to tell part of her story in her own words.
They swear I'm like this crazy danger to society, but just a normal kid going to school, playing sports.
She tells us she made all of her friends through sports, and that's why she's here. She says she's not playing on girls' teams to take anything away from that.
People just see one thing and then it's like, oh, that's what you are. And they don't take the time to get to know me, so it's just like a little frustrating.
She wants people to know that she trained hard and overcame injuries to win her track and field titles in solo sports. But competing on a volleyball team now, she hopes that people see that's why she's here, to be a part of that team.
A team sport.
All right, there we go. Let's stop it there, Ross. Talk to me now. What we doing, man?
That's cheating, bro. That's cheating. Do you think it's cheating? Yes or no?
I ain't gonna lie. This is something I've been conflicted on. Just because I don't know the science behind it, right? And I say that because I don't know if AB is on any type of hormones. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that may change some things. So I don't know if AB is doing hormone. I mean, that's her personal bit, but I don't know if it's, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. But if it's on its surface, if it's a boy, you know, someone who's was born a biological male competing against women, then yeah, they're obviously our physical advantage.
Okay. I guess the better thing to ask. So, and I know you probably don't have all the, so you can just say, all right, I want to be a girl, and now you can just go register for the girl sports.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
like. Does there have to be some sort of process before you're eligible? Like that.
No, I think you're going down. I think the path you're going down is where I'm saying that I struggle with this at, because on a certain level, I'm saying, okay, well, how can this work? And I think that if a lot of people feel like, hey, this is being pushed on us, we don't want this. And I understand, I 1,000% understand that when people say that, right? Yeah, y'all are pushing these trans athletes, you know, we ain't doing it. I got you. I think that the people that are advocating for trans athletes to compete specifically against women or girls, everybody has to be transparent with the process, with the science. They got to talk to us about how the hormone therapy works. We got to have conversations about them, because like the person is still going to have, even if you start taking hormones, your shell is still, you know what I'm saying? Like your body is still a boy. Now it may change as you take the hormones, but you know what I mean? Like it's just some physical, it's just physical. We got to at least admit, that's the part I think that makes me a little bit upset, is we all have to at least admit that there are physical advantages, right? In sports between young boys and young girls, men and women. There just are. So like we got to start. But some people aren't even acknowledging that. And that's what I think is crazy.
Why don't they have I'm not trying to offend nobody. Why don't they have their own category?
I mean, it may not be enough to make a team. I don't know how many trans players. So ain't no team.
Then you can play against the other ones.
Again, I think it's if people want to present this, I think it's got to be presented better. I mean, right now, I would say if I had to vote right now, my vote would be no, just because I just think it's too many physical advantages, personally.
Yeah, like it's too many, especially like, okay, at high school level, once you get into high school, you talking a grown man. You know, varsity sports, you talking a 17, 18-year-old, like whether you're a woman or not, as a man, you got muscles. You know what I'm saying? You've hit puberty. You got just a natural strength that's a little bit greater than the average female. Right. You know, born female. In certain sports, now if you out there, you know what I'm saying, like what sports would it not matter?
Every sport is going to, anything that's outside of like race car driving, or maybe, I don't know, bowling, maybe. But that's still, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Table tennis.
It may
But
affect it in that though. You can serve the ball, you can hit the ball back hard. You got more for you know what I
yeah,
mean? I don't know.
outside of that, like, yeah, I really don't like you being able to utilize that advantage. Like, if anything, y'all all should be in one category rather than I'm trying to use the proper.
And I think it puts everybody in a difficult position because even teams that aren't trying to be offensive, they have to, if I'm bringing my team into this, I have to have a talk with my players and my parents about here's the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know who's comfortable and who's uncomfortable with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we'll use me as an example. Let's say I have daughters and they play basketball and we're playing against a team with one of the, with one of those. Yeah. And I'm not going for it. I'm gonna just keep it 100. I'm not going for it. Like, my daughter's out here working hard and they gotta go play against, him. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Again,
Well, so your daughter, if your daughters play volleyball or whatever, and Shorty just blocking everything,
that's what I'm saying. I think that's where it really becomes an issue.
You want to be stern and keep fighting, baby. But at the end of the day, it's just that's a man, and this is a little girl. It's not.
That's
cool.
what I'm saying. I think it makes it unfair and uncomfortable for everybody involved. That's what like everybody involved. I think is I just think I don't know what needs to be done. I genuinely don't know if there's a medium. You know what I'm saying that we can come to.
This is why they shouldn't play because not you, but them. You shouldn't even like feel good. Like, how could you celebrate or be celebrated or like your team win and it really count and you out here to star and you out here blocking everything? Like, come on, bro. Come on. Now you just got in all the stat books. It's just bruh. You might as well go play with the bros.
And I do know, I believe like in California, they, like in Texas, we don't have volleyball for the boys.
Because
I believe
okay, if you want to wear the wig and wear the makeup, just wear the wig and the makeup and go out there with the bros and still do your thing. That's what. Nah, I'm gonna be real. I'm all right. Shout out. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. In my family, I got a cousin. You can look it up in Florida High School, FHSAA, Florida High School Sports Association. He holds the records in track. He went down there and ran against the Miami dudes, Miami Northwestern, the high school, Teddy Bridgewater. He beat them, and he had nails on and a wig, and they tried to jump on him. I'm just keeping it 100. And if you from where I'm from, you know who I'm talking about. And shout out my family. He had nails on the wig. They jumped on him, and he fought and won, hold the Florida record. But he went and competed against the boys. And you still do your thing. Now you got a story. Now it's, such and such athlete is out here and groundbreaking. That's really a story. But to go and just build, go and compete against the girls and you want to be that's kind of weak to me.
Yeah. I think it becomes to your point, it becomes glaring because a lot of times, when the trans athletes do start competing, to your point, they start breaking records and doing this, and it makes everybody uncomfortable because it's like, well, the only reason you're breaking these records, the only reason you're dominating is because, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah.
But think about it. If that same person was playing playing a male sport, and you out there dominating with the hair done and the nails, now that's a story, and can't nobody take nothing away from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I think we got to do as a society, because it's here in terms of more. It's one thing about adults coming out as trans or just coming out in general, but now more than ever, we got kids, junior high, high school, that are coming out and identifying how they're identifying. And so if it's going to be acceptable in schools to identify in these ways, then we're going to have a conversation about how we're going to govern all this in relation to sports. I think everybody got to have a conversation. Like, it just got to be is what it is to you. It may be what you just said, that hey man, here's what it's going to be, man. We're going to let you identify how you identify, but you got to play this sport if you're going to play.
Okay, because I think the bigger conversation is when you say, okay, whatever, I don't want to use the wrong words. Okay.
You got to go with that, Dion. Thank you, Lord.
Mannerisms don't overtake genetic makeup. You feel me? So, like, just because they want to put on a wig and wear nails and have those mannerisms don't mean genetic wise you was born a man. Like, so that right there, just because your mannerisms is one way, that don't overtake that your body is still, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't talking about your privates. I'm just talking about girl, you could just look at her long ass arms and tell that's an advantage right there. You always say Brianna Stewart got the longest arms of female.
Yeah.
If a man came in, he'd make Brianna Stewart arm like we only get that because she's competing against women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, listen, I think this is, people talk about this and it becomes polarized and then everybody gets upset and nobody has the conversation. I think some rational people from each side of the argument should sit down in the room and figure out how this thing is going to be governed. Because I think something has to happen. And I think it needs to be laid out and figured out, because both sides have, the side that's pro-trans athlete competing against girls and women, they have to at least be able to sit back and acknowledge what the other side is saying. They're like, yo, there are some advantages here that are just, it just is what it is. So, but yeah, man, we ain't gonna get it solved tonight on Ross. Let's pop in one last time before we check out, Ross, on that NFL game. What we got? Is it still ongoing?
So just now, Marvin Harrison just caught a touchdown.
There you go.
Hopefully he's broken through. He even, kneeled down and did a little prayer. I think, he might have just got his break that he needed to regain some confidence.
Okay, so they in the game, 20-13. They in the game. 5 minutes left in the fourth. So you're saying we got a chance. All right, man, we up out of here, Ross. I'll holler at you, man. We're going to see what's popping for this week with these games. Ravens and Chiefs. Come on, Patty Mahomes. We need this one, my boy. We need this one this week, man. We'll tap in with y'all next week, man. Peace, y'all.
Peace.